Hello everyone, welcome to Power Plant Engineering class, course code U14ME803A. I am V. Rakesh, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, KITS W. In this lecture, I am going to explain steam power plant introduction, how it works, classification of steam power plants, what are the major components are available in steam power plant, and layout of modern steam power plant, and what are the important circuits are available in steam power plant. Let us see the steam power plant. A steam power plant converts the chemical energy of the fossil fuels like coal, oil, gas into mechanical or electrical energy. In thermal power plants, the heat energy obtained from the combustion of fuel like coal, natural gas, or other carbon based fuel is used to convert water into steam in the boilers. The high pressure and temperature steam are used to rotate the turbine blade. Turbine shaft is connected to the generator. The generator converts the kinetic energy into electrical energy. Any thermal power plant can work in the two manners. One is to produce electric power. Second one is to produce steam for industrial purposes. Besides producing electric power, and the steam may be used for varying purposes in the industries such as paper mills, textile mills, sugar mills, refineries, etc. In India, 65% of power is generated by steam or thermal power plant. Steam power plant basically works on Rankine cycle. Steam is produced in boiler by utilizing the heat of the fuel combustion. The steam is expanded through the steam turbines. The steam turbine drives the generator which converts mechanical energy of the turbine into electrical energy. Now you can see the Rankine cycle TS diagram, and this is the schematic diagram. There are four processes in the Rankine cycle. These states are identified by numbers in the TS diagram. Let us see the process 1 to 2. The working fluid is pumped from low to high pressure. As the fluid is a liquid at this stage, the pump requires little input energy. See the process 2 to 3. The high pressure liquid enters a boiler where it is heated at constant pressure by an external heat source to become a dry saturated vapor. Dry saturated vapor means it does not have any water particles. The input energy can be easily calculated by using Euler diagram or H&S chart, or it is also called as enthalpy and entropy chart. It is also known as steam tables. Let us see the process 3 and 4. The dry saturated vapor through a turbine generating power. This decreases the temperature and pressure of the vapor, and some condensation may occur. The output in this process can be easily calculated using enthalpy, entropy chart, or the steam tables. Process 4 to 1. The wet vapor then enters a condenser where it is condensed at a constant pressure to become a saturated liquid. Next, see the classification of steam power plants. Basically, Steam power plants are classified into two types. One is central stations, second one is industrial purpose or captive purpose. Let us see the central stations. This electrical energy available from these stations is meant for general sale to the customers who wish to purchase it. Generally, these stations are condensing type where the exhaust steam is discharged into a condenser instead of into the atmosphere. In the condenser, the pressure is maintained below the atmosphere pressure and the exhaust steam is condensed. In the condensing steam power plant, the following advantages are there. One is the amount of energy extracted per kg of steam is increased. That is, the given size of the engine or turbine develops more power. Second one is the steam which has been condensed into water in the condenser can be recirculated to the boilers with the help of pumps. Second one is industrial power stations or captive power stations. This type of power station is run by a manufacturing company for its own use and its output is not available for general sale. Normally, these plants are non-condensing because a large quantity of steam, that is low pressure, is required for different manufacturing operations. In non-condensing steam power plants, a continuous supply of fresh feed water is required, which becomes a problem at places where there is a shortage of pure water. Let us see the layout of a modern steam power plant. This figure shows a schematic arrangement of equipment of a steam power plant. Coal received in coal storage yard. A power station is transferred in the furnace or boiler by coal handling equipment. In this boiler, heat produced due to burning of coal is utilized in converting water contained in boiler drum into steam at suitable pressure and temperature. The steam generated is passed through the superheater. Superheated steam then flows through the turbine. After doing work in the turbine, the pressure of steam is reduced. Steam leaving the turbine passes through the condenser, which is maintained the low pressure of steam at the exhaust of the turbine. Steam pressure in the condenser depends upon flow rate and temperature of cooling water and on effectiveness of air removed equipment. Water circulating through the condenser may be taken from various sources such as river or canal, lake or sea. If sufficient quantity of water is not available, the hot water coming out of the condenser may be cooled in cooling towers and circulated again through the condenser. Blade steam taken from turbine at suitable extraction points is sent to low pressure and high pressure heater water heaters. Air taken from the atmosphere is first passed through the air preheater where it is heated by flue gases. The hot air then passes through the furnace or boiler. The flue gases after passing over the boiler and superheated tubes flow through the dust collector and then through the economizer, air preheater and finally they are exhausted to the atmosphere through the chimney. This is the general working of uh, layout of a modern steam power plant. Next, see the major components of a modern steam power plant. Boiler, it also consists of superheater, reheater, air heater, economizer. Second one is steam turbine, condenser, generator, cooling towers, circulating water pump, boiler feed pump, wagon tippler, crusher house, coal mill, induced draft fans, ash precipitators, boiler chimney, forced draft fans, water treatment plant, control room, switchyard. These are the major components of a modern steam power plant. The modern steam power plant mainly divide into four circuits. One is coal and ash circuit. This circuit consists of ash storage, ash handling plant, coal handling plant, coal storage. Second one is air and flue gas circuit. It consists of air preheater, economizer, superheater, and chimney. Third one is feed water and steam flow circuit. It consists of uh, feed heaters, boiler, turbine, and boiler feed pumps. Last one is cooling water circuit. This cooling water circuit consists of condenser, cooling tower pumps, and circulating water pumps. Now, let us briefly discussing about these four circuits. First one is coal and ash circuit. This coal and ash circuit comprises of coal handling equipment and ash handling equipment. Coal is supplied to the boiler from the storage point by coal handling equipment and steam generated in the boiler. Ash resulting from the combustion of coal is removed to the ash storage yard through ash handling equipment. This handling means this coal handling and ash handling equipment consist of screw conveyors, belt conveyors, and so on. Coal from storage is fed to the boiler through a coal handling equipment for generation of steam. Ash produced due to the combustion of coal is removed and transferred to ash storage through ash handling equipment. Second one is air and gas circuit. It consists of air preheater, air filter, dust collector, and chimney. In this, air is supplied to the combustion chamber of the boiler either by forced draft fan, induced draft fan, or both. The dust present in the air is removed by dust catching device or precipitator. The induced draft fan helps in sucking the exhaust gases and exhausting them through the chimney into the atmosphere. The heat in the exhaust gas is partly extracted by passing through the economizer to preheat the water and then through the air preheater for heating up the incoming air. Third one is feed water and steam flow circuit. It consists of feed heaters, boiler, turbine, Boiler feed pump. The high pressure steam produced in the boiler is used to operate the turbine. The exhaust steam is condensed in the condenser. The condensate is heated in the feed heaters using the steam trapped from different points of the turbine, and finally the condensate is pumped into the boiler. During this process, a pot of steam and water is lost by passing through different components, and this is compensated by supplying additional feed water. This feed water should be purified before supplying to prevent scaling of the tubes of the boiler. These feed heaters may be mixed type or indirect heating type. Last one is cooling water circuit. This cooling water circuit consists of cooling tower pumps, and circulating water pumps. The exhaust stream entering the condenser is cooled by circulating the cooling tower. The cooling water supply to condenser helps in maintaining a low pressure in it. The cooling water may be taken from any source like a river, lake, or alternatively, same water may be cooled and circulated again. This cooling water circuit may divide into two types. One is open system circuit, second one is closed system. Open system means water from any natural source, that is river, sea, is used to for condensation of steam in this open system. Water from the upstream of the river is taken and circulated in the condenser. The heated water is let down into the stream of river in this system. In the open system, cooling water is taken from the upper side of the sea or a river. It is passed through the condenser, and heated water is discharged to the lower side of the river. It is known as a open system. Now see the closed system. When enough quantity of water is not available, the same water will be used in the condenser. The heated water from the condenser is cooled by cooling tower or spray pond and recirculated. Makeup water is added periodically to cover the water or stream losses. 2 to 5% losses will take place, and it can be compensated by external arrangement from the river or lake. It is known as a closed system. This is the brief discussion about steam power plant introduction and classification of steam power plants and layout of modern steam power plant. I hope this is very clear to everyone. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe my channel for more updates.